Hey guys, Ethereal here with the 2.4 preview livestream summarize. So basically the whole premise of this entire show is that I'll be doing heavily edited views, cutting out a lot of content from the mainstream, and we'll be doing a speed run explaining every single aspect of what you should be expecting for the future livestreams. And first off, right off the chart, we have a new 4-star Geo support character, better known as Jin, the current director of the Yunhan Opera Troupe. So to summarize her entire kit, she's basically a Geo support character who is also a Polam user, as you can see the gameplay going in the background, and the whole idea is that her skill is basically has a similar mechanic to Beidou's parry, where if you time it right or you hold it longer, you will do a giant sweep, which will do a tremendous amount of damage. And of course her burst, the Flying Cloud formation, is a burst that will give normal attack damage bonus to any active character, of which will scale off Yunjin's defense. And the new upcoming 5-star character will be our beloved cryo support leeway character, Shenhe. And to summarize her kit, her skill will have 2 different modes, where pressing your skill will do a quick cryo damage where she dashes forward, and holding the skill will create an AoE cryo explosion that does damage. Depending on your passive, if you press her elemental skill, you will buff your team's elemental skill and burst damage, where holding your skill will result in buffing your team's normal charge attack and plunging attack. And her burst is something similar to Cryo Kazuha, where it will do occasional AoE cryo damage, and it will buff the cryo damage bonus of any characters within the field. On top of that, for any enemies within her burst, will have decreased cryo and physical resistance. And of course, she will also have her own story quest, so look forward to that. And for the event wishes for the patch 2.4, the first banners will be getting Shenhe on top of the Xiao rerun, and it is confirmed that Yunjin will be one of the new exclusive 4-stars recorded for that banner. So I hope you guys are excited for this, because I am. And for phase 2 of 2.4's banner, get this, we are going to be getting both Zhongli and Ganyu. So if anyone's been saving for both these characters, I hope you're happy, because this is happening. And in case you guys ask for more hangouts, I don't know who does, we are going to be getting Our Lady, the Tianquan Ning Guang's hangout on top of our latest character, Yunjin. So I guess look out for that, and if you don't care about story quests, I guess get ready to get Primo Gems. Also, we will be getting a new 5-star Polam, the Calamity Queller, which is most likely Shenhe's best in slot weapon. Further information will be released on Genshin Impact's social media, so look out for that. Moving on to the event, we have the Lantern Rites event coming back, with the first part of it being the Flame Plume Starflowers, which will be some sort of firework crafting event where you have to craft it right in order to get more points for the event. And following to that event, we have Wondrous Shadows. If you guys remember the Shadow Lantern event where you had to arrange a bunch of pictures in order to get the right kind of shadow, this is basically the same thing but with a slight variation. So that will be part 2 of the Lantern Rites event. Ahoy me mateys, and we move on to the third part of the Lantern Rites event, which will be the Great Gathering, where the first phase will involve going around in the waters on your Wave Rider, collecting a few parts of Lady Ningguang's Broken Jade Chamber. And the second part will be involving going to different islands and fighting against treasure hoarders, of which we will obtain their loot afterward. And then back again, we'll be setting sails to the sea just to shoot down the treasure hoarder supplies of basically, if you remember the rules of safety transportation or the sabotage, that's basically what we'll be doing for this part. Strengthening on, my fellow travelers, for we will be fighting the Osial, or the Lord of Vortex, once again in the final part of the Lantern Rites event, the Oceanic Defender. So I hope you have your gears ready, your weapons and your artifacts, and swipe your resin, because we are gonna be in for a time. Once again, Lantern Rites is coming back with the Prosperous Partnerships event, where as long as players participate in the Lantern Rites event, everyone will be entitled to claim a free 4-star leeway character, and this includes our latest Geo support character, Yunjin. And coming over with the Lantern Rites event in patch 2.4 will be a free Ningguang skin for everyone who participates in the Lantern Rite Festival, on top for a limited time offer for the new Kaching skin, Opulent Splendor. So if you got Genesis Crystals, look out for that. And fear not, fellow travelers, if you think you're lacking out with Premier Gems, because we have 2 new logging events, May Fortune Find You, of which will give us 10 free intertwined fates as long as players log in over this course of time, and the Lantern Rite gifts, which will be happening towards the end of the Lantern Rite event, so look forward to that. Step aside, Albedo, for we'll be helping a new alchemist in town. A study in potions is a Mondstadt event of which we will be assisting Albedo's apprentice Timaeus to be crafting a few potions, and travelers will have to enter these domains in hopes of tackling all these different challenges thrown at them with the help of those potions. And in case you need a breather, the 8 locales of the Mountains or Seas is an event where you'll be taking over a tiny little tanuki, where you will serve as his traveling guide, where you'll be going around different regions like Mondstadt and Liyue, and you'll be taking pictures of the tanuki and thus be rewarded with Primo Gems, hopefully. Moving on, the final event for patch 2.4 will be the return of Windtrace, where basically players will be pitting against each other, where we'll have 4 hiders and a singular seeker, although in this version we will have a few more maps. And moving on to one of the probably biggest content in patch 2.4, we will be having a new region, Enkanomiya. Have you always wondered in Watatsumi Island what that giant whirlpool of water is doing under Kokomi's house? Well, this is the answer. Enkanomiya is a grotto-themed region which is located deep under the ocean, of which the entrance will be at Watatsumi Island. There will be an interesting mechanism and there will be a few new enemies. As you can see right now, we have the Baptismal V-Shaps, which are a new kind of V-Shaps. We'll be having the Pyro Abyss Lector. On top of that, as you can see in the video before, there will be new Pyro Spectres. And on top of that, we will have a new duo Baptismal V-Shap world boss. So look forward to that. Moving on to the smaller quality of life stuff, we have a few system optimizations and some quality of life changes, of which you can see in the background. We have the Abyss Timer optimization, of which you'll have a real-time update based on your challenge time remaining to tell you whether you are eligible for these rewards. And moving on, we also have the ability to preview the upcoming Abyss lineups without having to leave the party setup screen. And the next one, we have the shortcut wheel customizations. Rejoice any controller, console or mobile players, for you'll be able to use this and customize the shortcut wheel to your expense. I personally don't use it that much, but I'm just talking to let it go past. And then we have map optimizations. If you guys ever wondered and you guys found it hard to navigate between Mondstadt, Liyue and Inazuma, rejoice, for we will have map optimizations where instead we can select the view between each region in our map to make it easier for us to access. And then one of the final stuff will be a new crafting table UI, as you can see right now on the screen. So yeah, it looks pretty nice, to be honest. Finally, we're getting quality of life changes. And for any Serenity Teapot players, there'll be a few quality of life updates. As you can see right now, we will be having a batch place and a batch move for furnishings. You can also apply that to store everything in batches, and it doesn't have to be of a singular set. And this, as you can see in the background, we will be having some sort of music box furnishing in the background. So if you want to put that in the back, or if you need something a little different than your regular Genshin background music, so here you go. And to end off this video, we'll be covering on the last 2 things miHoYo will be doing, which right now we have the web event Enchanting Journey of Snows and Stars, which will begin on the 28th of December 2021, of which this will be about miHoYo having a Genshin collab with a ski resort over in the Alps. And of course, you can see right now they'll be having an Alps waypoint lighting ceremony over on mid-January 2022, so look forward to that. And closing things off, Stellar Moments Volume 2 for any of you music jammers or content creators will be released sometime soon, which will comprise of 21 epic tracks for all our beloved characters. So yeah, that's all it. That's all we have for this speedrun video. As I'm recording this voiceover, I will be leaving the link for the miHoYo, however the hell you pronounce it, for 2.4 preview livestream summarize. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, do the usual wee woo, and if you want to stay on, just give me support. This is Ethereal, signing off.